Hello, anybody with me? Good morning. Let's see if we're going live. I've got it on the laptop as well. Okay. Yes, we are live from my... Oh, I'm going to have to turn the volume down on that because that's going to be really... Good morning. Talking back to myself. Right, good morning. Welcome to my workout studio, which is my living room at the moment. I'll just wait for all you lovely people to come on. So, hi. Oh, let me get rid of that so I can see. Have a look. Hello, Becky. Yeah, my mum is here. And that's now Debbie. Morning, Debbie. Hope you're feeling good. Thank you for joining. And it's a little bit different from the last time I was on last summer with the lovely sunshine, dancing around my garden. So we are sitting in my living room this time. Okay, so now what we're going to have a little chat about is a little bit of motivation for people to get them moving really this morning. Let's see how many people we've got. Oh, we've got a few people on already. Kate, are you with us? If you're with me, have a little comment in the comments, say hi. And I know you're all there ready to go. No. Oh well, I've got 3 comments. That'll do. I'll have to go on that, won't I? Right. So live on the Palm House Facebook page again. I'll just see if I can actually, I'm not sure if I can, share that onto my page as well, so people might be able to find that. Maybe not. Oh well, I'm not sure how that works. I'm watching myself a few minutes behind. Let's have a look. Share to group, there we go. And it's not a group, is it? It's my page. Never mind, I give up. It's live on the Palm House Facebook page. That will do. Right then, so as I said this morning, we're going to cover some little tips and hints and things you can do that'll help motivate you to get moving. Also, we're going to explain the reason why we actually need to move. And we've got a few questions that people have put through already that we'll cover. We'll go over those later, so hold on in there. And I know there's a few people who've said they can't make it this morning, so they're just going to catch up later. So if you think any friends might actually need a little bit of this, they can catch up later as well. You can have a little share afterwards. Okay, to start off with then, hi, my name's Carolyn. And I run Carolyn Liverpool Happiness on YouTube, and I do loads of videos trying to get people moving and exercising. I've worked in the fitness industry for over 20 years. I've worked in the leisure centre, which I left in February, and I'm now a Living Well mentor, which I absolutely love. And I'm helping people lead healthier, happier lifestyles by getting more active, eating more healthy, and just getting their lives in order really, and mental well-being, delivering well-being courses, and I absolutely love it. I love seeing the difference it can make to people, and it gives people a more positive outlook, and it means that other things in their life that maybe hasn't changed at all, they actually score higher on those. When we ask them the questions, how do you feel about this, they score higher even though nothing's changed, because their whole outlook is a lot more positive, and it's changing that brain into a positive, happy outlook rather than a negative downward spiral. And I think we all need that a little bit. Thank you, Dad. My dad's here as well. What would I do without my family and friends all being here? Okay, so why do we actually keep active? Well, being active is more than just sitting down all day and then hitting a HIIT class for 20 minutes. Being active is actually really good if you keep moving all day. Becky, stop asking me questions, ask me later, thank you. Favourite healthy recipe I'd recommend. I'll have to remember that for later because that's going to disappear that. I will ask me afterwards if I forget. Okay, so as I was saying, being active is a lot more than just like doing 20 minutes a day and just literally doing nothing else the rest of the time. You've got what we call non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I like to call it non exercise activity time because I remember it better, and it's the time spent moving about through the day. That's not officially an exercise session. So those people are really, really a lot healthier when they've done studies around the world. It's the ones who don't stop, who keep going, who move about through the day, that are really, really healthy. Okay, so it is good having those exercise sessions in as well. You do really need those, but actually being on the move all the time is really helpful as well. So why do we keep active? So we all know really that it stops a lot of us developing chronic illnesses, long-term illnesses, like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, some cancers. Being active can lower your cholesterol. And oh, hi Kate. And mum. And so I'll have to stop being distracted by them. A message. I should turn the phone around again, shouldn't I, so I can't see it. And so it can lower your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure. It can mean you can end up not taking the tablets. And if being active was actually in a little pill and the doctor could give it to you and it did all those benefits, everyone would be on that pill. But no, you've just got to put a little bit of energy into it to get yourself moving, and I'll show you later how to get yourself going and motivated. So there's some facts and figures here to bring home the message. So being active can lower your risk of coronary heart disease and stroke by up to 35%. It's a 50% lower risk of getting type 2 diabetes and colon cancer if you stay active. We've got 30% lower risk of depression, dementia, falls in older people, and early death. So if someone told you you could actually reduce the risk of dying early by 30%, I think you might want to actually do something about it. So yeah, stick that in the back of your mind. Okay, so I don't know if you're any surprised by any of those figures. They actually really do bring it home why we need to keep moving. Now, I mentioned depression and dementia. So that's more for your brain really than your body. So what do we think it does for our brain as well? Now, Joe Wicks has been chatting on about this month as well, about how much it affects our brain and our mood, and how important it is to keep active for your mental well-being as well. So it boosts your mood, sleep quality, your energy levels. It reduces the risk of stress, depression, dementia, Alzheimer's. Now, the most common form of dementia is actually vascular dementia. And that's lack of blood flow supply in the brain with the oxygen getting to your brain. So that's why exercise boosts the blood flow to the brain and therefore more oxygen in your brain, hopefully make you think more sharply as well. So these exercises and activity and moving about boosts the production of hormones in the brain, commonly known as the happy hormones. Okay, so they can form a sense of well-being. Now, I'm going to run a little experiment, okay? So do what you feel comfortable, but we're all going to get up. All right, so go with me, come on. I need you to let me know after this few minutes how you feel. Right, so get up. I can see you all now in your pyjamas. Getting up. Let's move that camera up a bit. We're going to pop the music on. Okay, and we're going to clear a little space and we're going to, a little bit of movement. So let's pop the music on. Okay, are we all up? Let's turn that up. Can you hear that? Here we go. Okay, are you ready? Remember, see how you're feeling. Get those hips moving. Again, do what you feel comfortable. Hands on those hips, come on, wiggle. Get those arms in. That's it. I can see you all joining in. Let's get those arms up. Down, down, down. Woo. Push it. Yes, we were born to be alive. way. Breathing. And it's easier one way than the other. The arms involved. Speed it up. Okay. Let's have a little punch. Just the front. From here. Shoulders. Pushing them. Getting that body moving. Take it too much. Let's get those arms in. If you drop your arms underneath, get the back of your arm. Moving forward and back if you want to, you've got space. Okay, so clap, up, hip and up. Woo! Rolling. Other side. Oh, we were born to be alive and move. Woo! Bring it down. Nice deep breaths. And down. Bring that heart rate down nice and gently. Well done. So, Becky says she's up and she's smiling and laughing. Thank you, Kate, you're with me. Okay, so how are you all feeling? Put some comments in, tell me how you feel. I'm going to have a drink after that. Ooh. Well done, everyone, if you got up. Now, yeah, do you feel a little bit more energetic? That blood has gone around the body, delivering that oxygen. Has it woken you up? You feel a little bit more alive? And now through the day, especially if you're working from home, yeah, I'm more awake, thanks Kate. When you're working from home, it's quite a long day and everyone's on the phone all day and on meetings, on Zoom, and the concentration, and you can feel really low. And so you need to get up, take 2 minutes, get up, move about, feel more alive, your brain will be working better. Come up and come up with some brilliant new ideas you can put forward. Okay, so what's happened there is we have boosted our happy hormones. So we've got serotonin, which is produced when we move about and exercise, and also when we meditate. And it's a mood stabilizer. So it stabilizes how you feel, so you're not up and down and up and down. It's like a contentment. That's what we're after. We can't all be mad happy all the time. We just want that contented feeling. Okay, so we have it brings that sense of happiness and well-being and contentment. So endorphins get produced. So they're actually a painkiller similar to morphine. What? So they reduce the feeling of pain, which helps, especially if you've got a bad back or arthritis and you're just living with chronic pain all the time. Moving about is going to help that. Boost the feeling of well-being again, and they're produced when we exercise and also when we eat. There you go, that's why you're after the food cupboard all the time. Okay, dopamine, really important, is produced when exercising, when we're getting enough sleep, and also when we complete a task. Now we're going to talk about that later because it really boosts your motivation to want to do it again. So getting that dopamine going in your brain really helps get yourself into a regular routine. Your brain wants to do that again when you've done it. We were going to talk later about ticking off tasks, making you feel motivated to want to do it again. It's a happy hormone, creates a feeling of pleasure and reward, and you just want to keep repeating that behaviour to boost your motivation. They say people lacking in dopamine do lack motivation. Really important to get the dopamine going. And obviously oxytocin is the love hormone. So that's produced obviously when we have babies, so you bond with the baby and make you forget the horrible part of birth. but also when you're playing with a pet or a child, when you're bonding with someone, it's produced and makes you feel good. Exercise can release it as well, and apparently yoga is very good at releasing oxytocin. Maybe when I do yoga, I think it's, I always feel a little bit queasy for some reason after yoga, and I've not drunk enough water because it gets your lymphatic drainage system going as well. It's like after having a massage, you need to drink lots of water to flush everything out. Maybe it's the oxytocin, maybe I'm having an overdose when I'm doing yoga, but still can't do yoga without feeling a little queasy. I'm trying each week to do a little bit more. So naturally, therefore, we can feel better about ourselves just by getting those hormones going in the brain, improve your mood, quality of life, and reduce stress and improve mental health and well-being. So how much are we supposed to do? Government guidelines. Say half an hour, 5 days a week. And you can cut that down into like 10-minute chunks and everything as well. You need to do strength for the muscles, which I'll talk a bit more about as well. Oh, Sharon, you feel much better, thank you. Thanks, Sarah. So, yeah, twice a week you should tone your muscles up as well, but I think toning the muscles up should be a little bit more than twice a week. That's like the minimum, really. And muscle tone is so important. We lose muscle tone from the age of 30 onwards, and having more muscle tone speeds up your metabolism and you're burning more calories off, sustaining that muscle tone when you're sat doing absolutely nothing and your basic metabolic rate is higher. So the more muscle tone you've got, the more calories burning off through the day, through the night, when you're not even active. And so it is really important, but also to help support your frame. And it's like if you've got a bad back, keep the muscles strong and also keep your joints strong as well, because it's helping support everything and makes day-to-day life easier. All the lifting and the pushing and the heaving about of shopping and mowing the grass and things like that keeps you going. Okay, so to add extra bits in through the day, we were saying about staying active. When you first get up, have a little march about, get the blood flow going. You can add in little bits of exercise through the day. When you're boiling the kettle and you're waiting for the kettle to boil, stick in a few squats, or you can do some kickbacks, side leg raises. You can march it out. Every time you fill in the bath up, have a little march while you're waiting for the bath to fill up. Just adding those extra bits in through the day really add up your exercise time. And I mean, the other week, I'd done a bit of exercise. I felt like I hadn't done that much and I really wanted to do a little bit more. So I put a stretchy band around the legs. And as I was cooking the dinner, I was doing a few exercises there while I was feeling on my bottom and keep it toned. Say, for example, you're watching the telly, adverts come on. Every time the adverts come on, get up and sit down a few times. It just adds to your exercise through the day. If you're on the phone, walk up and down when you're on the phone. When you go for a walk, maybe add in some intervals. So you've got a nice, gentle, steady walk. Try and add in a few little intervals. So say there's trees or lampposts, say, right, I'm going to go faster for 3, slow down again, and then faster for 3 and slow down again. And you're getting fitter when you recover quicker. So your fitness is how quick you recover. So when you start recovering really quickly, maybe go for a little bit longer, pushes your fitness level up, burns more calories, makes it a bit more of a workout. And don't forget the toning when you're there. You grab a bench or the edge of a step, you can do your dips for your back of your arms off there, or if you've got a bench, a fence, a tree, you can do some presses against, and you can do some lunges while you're walking around the park. That actually, maybe when it's quiet, people start looking at you a bit strange, lunging around the park. But you know what? There's so many people out there now doing exercise, I don't think anyone would bat an eyelid, to be honest. Okay, so that's just adding in extra bits of exercise through your day, keeping moving. Now, some more tips for you. Try and find something you enjoy, because if you're not going to look forward to it, are you, if you don't enjoy it? So we're going to talk about our weekly plan to get motivated. So Naomi said, how do you get motivated? So what you need, you might have a really big goal and it's like, I want to lose so much weight, I want to be really fit, now sometimes the whole thought of it is a bit big and you never know when to start or where to start. Put that in the back of a book. You'll get there if you break your goals down into smaller chunks. So we're going to go for a weekly, what I'm going to do. And my goal is not, I'm going to lose so many pounds, because it's really difficult to stick to that, and you're setting yourself up to not do it and then feel down. So we were talking about dopamine before. So what we want is small, achievable, manageable goals. So this week, my goal may be to do 3 exercise videos and go for 3 long walks. So you've got your weekly plan. Which days are you going to do that? Put it on. Okay, so then we go to our daily task list. The day before, you need to write your following day's task list. Include everything, including your work, what time you normally do things, you can put them on. Put in things that you need sorting in your house. That's overwhelming, like a whole room needs organising. Start with one drawer. So tomorrow, I'm just going to do that one drawer. So as you go through your list, you can tick it off the next day. And what that does, it produces the dopamine. And if you've got down, I'm going to do exercise, do it. It takes the decision making away. Oh, shall I? Oh, I don't know, I can't be bothered. I'll do it tomorrow. No, it's down. I'm going to do it. And do you know what? I really don't feel like it today. So I'm going to do 10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. Do you know what? I really can muster up 10 minutes. Bet you anything, once you start, you'll want to do more. I do this all the time. And I'll say, oh, do you know what, tonight I might just do a 20-minute video. I'm not really that. Do you know what, I do that and then I'll do another 20-minute one. But if someone had said to me, let's do 40 minutes, I'll be like, oh, I don't know if I feel like that today. Do you know what, once you start and get going and the hormones are being produced and the blood flow is going, the oxygen's going around your body, you feel so much better and you end up doing more. Just put a small, manageable little chunk down saying, I'm going to do exercise today. Right, I've ticked it off, dopamine's produced, I want to do that again. All those little tasks through the week will get you to your big long-term goal. But you've just got to break it down into daily and weekly, and you will get there then. A lot of people, they go on these big mad diets, quick results, and then they go back to the way they were before, because you can't sustain that. You can't sustain counting all your calories. You can't sustain buying a ton of produce to make shakes to replace meals. You're not going to do that forever. And then you're just going to go back to the way you were. So it is small tasks that you're going to do, and a little bit at a time, and you will, if your goal is weight loss, you will get there and you'll sustain it and it will stay off, because it's behaviour change. Those little goals and tasks each week, you get used to doing. And once you've been doing it in a regular pattern, to start with, you've got to force yourself really. But once you get into that regular pattern, your mind changes, it becomes a behaviour, and that's the way you're going to be for the rest of your life. You're going to be more active and you're going to eat more healthy. And the eating healthy part, I'd say, is you look, write down what you're eating, because most people do know these days what you should and shouldn't eat, and change little bits each week. Don't just suddenly go on this drastic diet that you can't sustain. Little changes each week. For example, I've got people they just eat jars of sauces quite a lot through the week, and there's a lot of sugar and salt in those, I think. So I'll show them a few sauces they can make instead, so homemade stuff. You know what's going in there. And maybe change their breakfast. Maybe I've had people who don't eat breakfast at all, and I know intermittent fasting is like in, but the people I know who don't eat breakfast, by the time they get to dinner, they eat the dinner, and they'll be really good and have a nice balanced dinner, vegetables, salad, all that. But then they're hungry all evening because they've not had enough calories through the day. And they've had their meal, they've been good. What else can they have when they start raiding the cupboard and literally just eating all night and all night and all night? So what's my favourite meal? You were saying about being healthy. Right, so thank you for remembering to ask me again, Becky. At the moment, my husband really likes clear soups with noodles and that type of thing. And so we've been having these clear with little thin glass noodles in and seafood. And it does actually really fill you up. You think this isn't going to fill me up, but it actually really does. And and you know that you're not having that many calories for dinner. I suppose I don't count calories at all, but yeah, I like food. I do like food, and I like biscuits. I do, but I go right. I'm gonna have 2 biscuits, and I eat 2 biscuits, and that's it. I am quite self-disciplined, really. I think it's because I'm quite competitive with myself. So if I give myself a goal or a target, I have to reach that because I am quite competitive with myself. So luckily enough, and this year it's been the same for me as everyone else. Previously, yeah, I've been doing all my classes for my job, and it's been active anyway because I was doing so many classes at Garston and I was doing Nordic walking 4 days a week, but all of a sudden February that all stopped. So I've had to get my own routine together, and what I've found is a lot of people have got this as well at the moment where they're working from home and they work longer hours, and the time they would have spent maybe commuting, they're working still, and then all of a sudden it's dinner, it's getting everything ready for everyone, and it's the evening, I've eaten, and I'll sit down, can't be bothered, and I feel really low because I feel drained because I've been on the phone all day. That time you just spent commuting, that's your time. Take it back and do some exercise. It's a complete change from what you've been doing during the day. It'll clear your head, it'll get all the frustrations out, and you feel good for the evening. When you've sat down, you feel a lot better because you have moved. So try and add that in. Some more little tips. What I do with my lovely friend Becky, thank you, we try and motivate each other. So what we do, we video call each other, and we've got other friends, Jenny and Sarah. We've done it with a few different friends. It's really good. So what you do is you video call each other. Oh, Becky, you have the best fitness buddy. I thought you said you are the best fitness buddy because you are. So one of us doesn't feel too like much doing it, we'll video call the other, say you've said a specific time, or we both luckily finish work about the same time. So you need to find someone who's got the same schedule as you, who can fit it in at the same time as you, and you video call each other on one device, and you put a workout on another device. You both press play at the same time and follow the same workout, and that really does help to motivate you to do it, because you know there's someone else there and you can have a little chat and you can share that workout, and it's even better than going to a class because you can actually fast forward it, pause it, go free, or you can chat to each other or modify, change it. I'm not doing that. Burpees again, I'm not doing that. And can I just say, I've got to this age of 52, and all through my life I have tried to stay in shape. It's one thing that I've had control over, but I never have done burpees, and at the moment they just seem to be put into every workout. It's the thing, isn't it? I don't like it. Shall I show you what I do instead of the burpee when burpees come on? Because I've got always had low blood pressure, and this is my excuse, and it's postural hypotension, where you jump up quick and you get a bit dizzy. This is what I do. I'm going to move you down so you can see the floor. So I get my weights, and this slows it down. So I'll put the weights down, and then I jump back, I jump in, pick the weights up, go from a low squat up to a press, bring it down, put them down, jump back, jump in. Now, these are 4 kilos each, so they're quite heavy. You don't have to do it with really heavy ones, but I find if you do that, it slows you down and you can get dizzy and you feel really, that's a burpee. Sorry, someone's just saying, what's a burpee? A burpee. That is a burpee. But there's so many different variations. A burpee is when you get down, jump back, jump in, jump up. Okay. They put them in all these exercise classes and it's not fun. If you love them, go for it. I mean, one day I wanted to challenge myself, so I did 50. And what I said was I'll do 50, and then I was going through and think, oh no, I'll just do 20. Yeah, I'll get to 20. When I got to 20, I thought, I'll do 25. When I got to 25, I thought, I'll keep going, I can do 30. Well, I'm that close now to 50, I might as well keep going. So that's like breaking that goal down into smaller chunks and manageable. And I got to 50 in the end, but that 50 just seemed too far away when I first started. And I thought, oh no, can't do it, let's move you back up. So find a friend really does help. Okay, so mix it up. Don't do the same thing all the time, and especially for a nice balance for your body. A lot of people are doing HIIT workouts all the time, but they're not really doing slower workouts that tone and control the body and use the core. So do different ones through the week. We've started maybe by Friday doing a yoga and something a little bit more gentle, because we've jumped around through the week and it's quite nice to have that balance as well. And you achieve better results. So my mum asked the question about how to lose the tummy, lower tummy, because she's really active. She's running 3 days a week, and on the other days she's doing my videos. But it's all right, Kathleen, I know, I thought it probably was predictive texting. So yeah, me mum is doing all this, and she's now to get rid of my lower tummy. So where's your question? I did like the little PS. So it's what's the best exercise, and I think it's for the lower tummy, isn't it? She put tummy. You don't like the ones on the floor with your legs in the air. Are there any others? But then you've put, I am still eating Christmas biscuits, chocolates and sweets. So, now, you've got yourself in a routine from lockdown. You used to go to the gym all the time, do different classes, but you've changed your routine and then you've done the same routine. What you need to do is your body gets used to what you're doing. You get fit to cope with what you're giving it, and you need to change a little bit. Maybe with your steady run, maybe do some little faster ones and then slow down, walk to recover. And then have faster ones to stop adding intervals in. And then maybe do some different videos, because I know you have your favourites. Maybe do some different ones. I noticed from all the years of working in the gym with people doing a routine and they do the same thing all the time and they'll progress, then they'll stop and hit a plateau. You've got to change and mix it round. You could even be doing the same exercises but in a different order. So for example, a lot of people get the cardio done first and then the toning. So you switch it round, you do some of the cardio, the toning, and then more cardio at the end. You've got to get that heart rate back up again at the end. Even more difficult was the intervals where you're going cardio, toning, cardio, toning. It could be the same exercises you were doing when you were doing cardio then toning, but the whole time you're in the gym, your heart rate doesn't really come down much before it's gone back up again. So it's actually really changing it up, and it feels harder, but you actually then will get fitter because you're pushing and giving yourself a little challenge for the body to get fit to cope with it again. So yeah, a nice balance of different things, but don't stay the same all the time. People jump on like the latest thing, do it for ages, get fed up, they see a change, then it stops, and then they give up, and then a few months later they'll come back, or even years, because people used to do that all the time. Remember me? I used to come all the time, lost loads of weight, oh, we're all back on again now, so I'm back. Yeah, we want to sustain, we want to keep it. That toning really helps sustain weight. So Becky, you asked about keeping it off. I am going to show you the exercises, by the way, that you asked for as well with the tummy. But Becky asked that as well about keeping the weight off. And it is, consistency is key. And I know you are, Becky, so, but people do that all, then nothing, then all, then nothing. And it's really hard, the whole of your life, to be going through this up and down and up and down and up and down. So I say it's the one thing I've managed to mostly control is my weight through my life, but that's because I've been active and I do enjoy it. And then it was a big part of my life, all my life anyway, and then it was my job. So, you know, I have been quite lucky in the fact it turned into my job. So I got paid to exercise, which I don't anymore. So, yeah, keep that way down. The HIIT, you was asking about HIIT classes and weights. Definitely tone. Now, HIIT classes are the high intensity interval training. They were originally written for a weight loss program because pushing yourself to the limit in short spurts produce this hormone. So the afterburn effect you get after exercise, you speed up your metabolism and burn calories off faster. It actually lasts longer and into the next day, so you're really burning a lot more calories off. But the funny thing is, if you look at the HIIT classes, the majority of the people in there are really fit and actually in shape, because it is really hard. People push themselves to the limit, and the type of people who like pushing themselves to the limit and working really hard are usually ones who like doing it, who already do it already and are actually quite fit. And well done to the people who do go to those classes, because your own limit is your own personal limit. Don't look at the person next to you. You know, it's yourself. You push yourself to your own limit. I did the MetaFit training course, and they said if you can do another class after MetaFit, you've not done it properly, because basically you are meant to push it to the limit. And if you throw up or pass out, you've done it correctly. That's a bit too much, All that jumping from the floor to the ceiling with my low blood pressure doesn't work. But it's got a place. And so through the week, yeah, do a HIIT class. Just don't do it every day, because it does put quite a big strain on your body. Do a HIIT class in the week. Do your toning in the week, do a Pilates in the week, you know, different things, and you are going to burn a ton of calories off when you do it, yeah. But it's a balance, isn't it? And if you do all HIIT all the time, are you going to sustain that as well? You want a nice, regular, happy, consistent workout plan. Okay, so you got your week, you got your day, remember, and your big plans at the back of the book. Okay, so lower tummy exercises for me mum, without lying on the floor with your legs in the air. So you can do it on the chair. You've seen the ones on the chair. So I'm going to move you down again so you can see. So if you don't want to get on the floor, you can sit on your chair, lean back slightly, and you want to engage that lower tummy, and then you lift the knee and squeeze that lower tummy in. Breathing out. If you want to add to that bit of resistance, you can put one of those bands on. Stand on one. So one's under the foot, one's at the top, and you can really pull that band up as well. Now, lower tummy exercises, you can feel it on your hip flexors at the front of your hip, and that can pull you back out as well if they're really tight. So always have a little stretch out, foot forwards, push through the hips, so you really get a stretch on the front of the hip, so you don't get a tight hip flexor, okay, because sometimes maybe that's what's pulling the backs out. Also, the lower tummy is your core muscle, wraps around the lower part of your tummy, round to the back, can help support the back. So if you want to do some lower tummy exercises, you can get on the floor. I'm just trying to see if you can see me. Let me just move the front down a little. Touch. There you go. Okay, so you've got your plank position, chin in, back straight. You can pop your knees down if you want to. Okay, and then you've got your mountain climbs when you bring your knee in, that works that lower tummy and the core, but you can just tap your foot in, one at a time if you want to. You can bring the foot right up. I feel these always work the lower tummy, and if you can jump in and jump it back, little squat thrust. Those really work. But you know, if you make it smoother, you can use some sliders under your feet and slide your feet in, and that stops the jarring of jumping. It can be quite smooth, bringing and really works that lower tummy quite a lot if you've got your sliders under your feet. So if you haven't got the sliders, you can use a paper plate on carpet. If you've got wooden floor, tiles, you can use like a little square of old towel under your foot and slide in and out, and that really does work the lower tummy and the core. Okay, so you can do it on your chair, you can do standing abs. There is a video of standing abs on my YouTube channel as well. Okay, and Becky asked about the exercises for abs for people with back pain. Now, if you've got quite an arch in your spine and you're lying on your back and you're taking your legs down, you can feel that back coming up, and you want to really push that back into the floor and down flat. So you're working your lower tummy but you're not hurting your back. So if you've got a big arch in your spine, that really is impossible. So what you need to do is roll up a towel or have a cushion and put it under your back so you can push your lower back into that towel, and so your back stays flat. And when you're on the floor and you've got your legs in the air, just don't come down too low, modify. So say we're doing full leg scissors, bend the knees and just drop from there, keeping the angle at the knee the same. You're just moving from the hip. So some people go straight to, oh, I'm going to do all these, and and you end up on the back's really sore. Start off with a modified version. Pilates is really good. Slow, controlled moves really works that core and strengthens it and strengthens your back. But just, you see, we did a workout the other day and it was all standing up and it was punches with weights, and you could really feel that on your stomach as well, so you don't have to get on the floor to do all the stomach exercises, you can do the others. Carol was saying about her arthritis in her neck. Now, quite often when you're doing abs exercises, it is the neck that's really hurts, and when you're going on your front, you tend to look up, and what you want to do is keep the chin in, so the neck and the spine is one long line, so it's in a nice long line. So if doing abs exercises on the floor is hurting your neck, then do some on a chair or on your front for the core. Swimming quite often hurts the neck as well, especially if you're trying to keep your head around the water, because your head's up as you're swimming. So some little exercises to move your neck is you've got your chin drops, you've got your side drops, and you've got your look either side, and you've got your retraction. So you just stick a couple of fingers on your chin and push backwards as if someone's coming a bit too close and you push back. So Kate, you struggle with your back too? Yeah, you've got a big arch in your back. Yeah, so I mean, I always say in my classes, if your back's coming up, don't take your legs so low. Take your legs a little bit higher. So when you're sort of doing your cycles on the floor, just take your legs a little bit higher up and you'll feel your back flatten out. Okay, because it is really difficult to have your leg just off the floor and keep that back down. And if your back's arching, you just hurt your back and you don't work your stomach. So take the legs higher up, or put something underneath, or do them the other way up. And you can do the mountain climbers. You can do spiders when you get that elbow round. I should say knee to elbow. You can do it on your knees if it starts off and it's too much. Okay. And you can go from plank on hands to bear. So you bring the knees, hover just off the floor and take it back. I found that a little bit uncomfy because I've got funny toes. My toes are a bit sore and they don't bend. So you just drop the knees down and take it back. Knees are hovering in that box and then take it back. I guarantee you'll feel that on your lower tummy as well. So take care of your back, try and work that lower tummy. So let's see if we've got, always try and remember that feeling after you've worked out. So when you think, oh, do I feel like it today? I feel great afterwards, I want that feeling. Go for it, get that feeling. And as I said before, if you're not feeling up to it, then just give yourself a smaller target. Say, I'm going to do 10 minutes. I'm going to do 5 minutes. I've got 5-minute videos on my playlists. You can actually just do 5 minutes and you will end up doing more, I bet you will. Okay. I've gone on quite a long time, haven't I? I wasn't sure how long this session was going to take. I hope people are still interested. I haven't bored everybody silly. It's not selfish to take that time for yourself. It's really important. If you're looking after other people as well, you've got to look after yourself, be strong and be fit to look after everyone else. And if you've got children, you're giving them a really good example as well to actually stay active and think it's a normal way of life to keep moving. So I've gone through all your setting your goals. The most important thing of getting started is do your weekly plan and do your daily plan. And when you get up in the morning, sit down, look at your list for the day, and to get your mind positive for the day, write 3 things down that you're happy about or thankful for or grateful for. And it can even be, I woke up this morning. So yeah, I've got a roof over my head. I'm made up because I did my workout yesterday. That it gets your mind into a positive mode for the day. And then remember, when you tick off what you've done, that dopamine is being produced as well. So start off. So where do you find the exercises? Now, there's loads out there, isn't there? And support all your instructors who are freelance, who are trying to earn a few quid. You know, maybe jump on some of those. I've got my YouTube channel, Carolyn Liverpool Happiness. Have a look at the playlists because there's so many videos. People usually just do the last ones that are filmed, and it might not be what they want or appropriate. To have a look at the playlist. There's everything from seated exercise, 50 plus fitness, dance fitness, loads of toning. All the ones we did in the garden last summer, through lockdown, are all on there as well. All those full classes are on there as well. So I'm on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page, Carolyn Liverpool Happiness, but I've also got one just with workouts on, and they're from different people, because I was giving myself out to everyone to follow, and obviously I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and they might not all want to follow me. You might want a bit of variety. So have a look at the Follow Along Fitness page, and it is all follow along workouts from different instructors. So I've got stuff on there for meditation as well as yoga and Pilates, up to HIIT training and kettlebells, and there's all sorts on there, 50 plus stuff, and there's a whole mixture. You just keep scrolling through because I've put loads on there, and other instructors post on there as well. So have a little look at that. I think I've gone through any. Is there any other questions? I know everyone's asking me what's my favourite food. Everyone. Becky keeps asking me what's my favourite food. Depends what mood I'm in, really. I do like a bit of picky eating, sort of tapas and things like that. I love seafood. I like a lot of seafood and cheese. So my mum's been doing I know you always do I'm Still Standing because it makes you happy and energised. I know that's one of my dance fitness ones that you always do. Maybe have a look at some of the different workouts, because you do have your favourites. You do the one a little bit all over. The other little tip I'll say, if you want big, quicker results in a shorter time, is work the large muscle groups. So itch your derriere, itch your thighs. Large muscle groups take more energy to work and take more energy to sustain. So yeah, they'll burn more calories off. And compound moves, where you're using upper body and lower body at the same time, using all different muscle groups. I've got a video on there. I think it's my favourite combination of toning or something, I think it's called. And they're all little combination moves that use lots of different muscle groups. Really gets your heart rate up, gets you sweating, gets the energy burned, tones you all over. Okay, so I hope everyone's picked out the bits that they need from this, and I will shut up now. So don't forget to go to the YouTube channel, if you can subscribe, that would be really nice, because you get extra little benefits as you get more subscribers, but it doesn't cost anything at all. It just means that you can find it easier, because you can go to my subscriptions and it's there. So it's all free. So thank you very much, everyone, for sticking with me through this. Any more questions? I think seated works for you. That's good. Well done, Dad. Keep moving. That's the important thing, isn't it? Okay. So I'll say thank you all. Mwah. Keep moving. Keep happy. And thank you from Sydney, Australia. Oh, thank you. Isn't it the middle of the night? No. Thank you so much for joining me. And keep moving, and it keeps that mind happy as well as the body. Bye, everyone.